everyone, it's Keri and the Flock, and tonight we're having an episode of how to make deco-books. Ooh. So, I'm really tired from spending the day making deco-books, and I'd like to show you a bit.
It's weird how that works.
I know. I'd like to show a bit of what I've been doing and what these are. I recently started getting into swapping artist trading cards, which I've already made the video on that, and kind of like pen paling stuff and doing swaps on SwapBot, which is a really cool robotic swap program on the internet. Ooh, that a robot picks out your partners and randomly and stuff. So it's fun. I've been learning a ton of art techniques and just all kinds of ideas for my own products. I feel like I'm getting a degree in art and there's still so much more to learn. But anyway, tonight's feature is deco books, and how I found out about this is somebody in the artist trading card group said, "Hey Keri, how about making a deco?" I was like, "What's a deco?" And I found out it's a book, and this I'll show you the end product because this is just so exciting. This is one of the coolest ones I've made so far. It just looks pretty, and I'll show you it's front and back. You put your address and stuff. I just don't want that shown there. But anyway, you kind of open it up, and perhaps I should explain what it is first. It's a little book of art, and it's based off of a thing called a friendship book, which is a pen pal thing. I don't know what to call it. People staple pages together and try to look for more friends, pen pals. And what this is, instead of looking for pen pals, you're just sharing art and decorating each other's books. So a deco book is a little neat book that you make. This is like a picture on the front, picture on the back. When you open it up, you have blank pages. And the purpose of this is you don't decorate this yourself, you make the cover, but other people put their own art in here, and I think that's fascinating. Everybody gets one page, and as you can see, it's got more than that many pages, but everybody decorates something. So that's the final product. Now how we get here is fun stuff. The book has to be made out of some type of hard, not terribly hard, but a hard material like cardboard.
Something stiff.
Perfect, yep, perfect thing. Look at this. Old cereal box. Awesome,
Recycling.
awesome. This paper is a nice quality laser jet paper. You don't want to have like cheap paper. It's too cheap, otherwise, it's not going to hold up over time. But anyway, what you do is you make these books and have people decorate them. You send them through the mail and they decorate them. So I found out today that the size of these can vary. The biggest size is usually around 4x6. But the object of this is you want to be able to put this inside an envelope at a reasonable rate. You don't want to be spending thousands of dollars on postage. So if you make something small enough, it can go in a smaller size envelope, and it still has the bendability, so the post office won't get too mad at you.
Yeah, because one of the things with SwapBot and artist trading cards and all this stuff is it gets to be kind of its own little hobby.
Yep.
And there's a lot of shipping and postage involved if you're really into it.
Yep.
So it all adds up.
Yep. So you want to make a thin cardboard, but not too, thin enough so that it does have some strength. People are actually, I also found out too, they're using greeting cards or just cards in general. So you take the card and then you put your decorations on top. So what we do with these is first we decide what size we want the book to be, and it's cut out of cardboard, cereal box, whatever. I personally score one side of it so it's easy to bend. So that's the basic form, just figuring out what size book you want and where you want the book to open. You can see this book is vertical, this book is horizontal, so that's cool. Then you pick out what paper that you want in here, and I found out that it may not look like a lot. There's like 8 pages here to decorate. It takes time because you're mailing these things and shipping them back and forth. Some of these do international. I just happen to be in a group that's United States only, but some people send these international. My mail to Russia, I think, is like about a month now. It's still not there. It took 3 weeks for Australia. So, it takes time. So you might not get this back Because if you send it to person, you might not get this back for months if you do it.
Well, especially if it's international. Yeah.
Especially international. So anyway, so you've got the plain paper, you've got things like cereal boxes, and then you have this. So what do you do with this? The next thing you do is you pick out a decoration, what you want on the cover. On the first one here, this happened to be a little challenge. It was like, who wants to make a motivational deco? And I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And people make different things. I made it motivational quotes. That's, you know. This one is for a friend. She happens to like Hulk. And by the time this video is out, she won't have this in her hands, but she'll know what she's getting. There's like one person who likes Hulk decos.
We might delay this slightly.
We might delay this slightly. Maybe not. She knows. Anyway, that is the front. And I'm just going to hold this over the address on the back, because I don't want people to see it. That's the back. So I basically just decorated the whole outside cover. The inside I have not decorated yet. I've already got a plan for what I'm going to do here. So when you have this and then you have the pages, well, what do you do with it then? One way you can put these together is like how people do bookbinding, stitching. So what I did is I just basically took the cardboard, took the paper, and just ran the stitches through.
What kind of stitching material did you use?
That is hemp cord.
Okay.
I like it. I'm just starting with these, so I don't know what's the best, but that's hemp. So
it seems like a good choice.
Yeah, and I got it in different colors, so this one's brown, so it kind of complements that. Anyway, that's how you join. One way you join the pages. And the initial book that was sent to me had that stitching and looked like this, like size-wise, and I'm like, oh, I like that, so I went with that. Another way you can do it is with little ribbon.
Well, and the hemp comes in a lot of colors.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to color coordinate, it's a good choice for that because it is available.
And this one is decorated with, this is really easy. You just punch 2 holes if you don't have any sewing experience, but you should have sewing experience. You know why? With a zombie apocalypse. Because you really want to be able to have some sort of talent in the zombie apocalypse. And might be a good one to stitch up your friends when they get hurt. Anyway.
To stitch a zombie mouth shut.
You never know. If you do this to a zombie, I don't know it's going to last too long. Anyway, what this is just 2 holes and ribbon. This goes right through. Pretty neat, done.
Easy.
So, yep, that's really easy. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And I wouldn't tie this at the beginning. I would tie it just in terms of where the decorations are going to go. Like when I go to decorate this, I'm going to take the ribbon off.
Well, and I pointed this out that I like the ones that are stitched because to me, I've made book type things before, and I like the professionalism of it.
It is, and you see all the equipment here. So the stages, and then I'll show you the equipment. The stages are cutting the paper, cutting the cardboard, determining how you're going to bind it, because that will influence what designs you have. Like this one is going to be pretty much up against the side. This one has little holes, so you're going to want to take that into consideration when you're putting decorations on. So you have to figure out how you're going to bind it. Then you have to do design work, which is what this is. And then after you do the design on the front, back, and inside, then you can actually proceed with the stitching. And what I didn't talk about yet is these little brown things here, and that's called washi tape, and I was just introduced to that. It's
stuff
fun.
along the edges?
Yep, it's very, very, you can barely see it on this side because I chose a different color of it. It's not on the Hulk one yet. But I just learned about this recently, and it's very, very fun tape. But the thing is, it's not very sticky tape. It's fun, but not sticky.
Well, and I think that it's kind of designed that way because it seems to be kind of a tradable item.
Yep. People like sending samples and stuff. So when I was making these books, I personally like things that are well designed, that can hold up to stress. Because if you're putting this much work into it, it's like I don't want my books to fall apart. So I found out fun things. In order to take this, now this image was basically a page from a book. and I get a lot of my decorations and things from kids' books, from nature books.
And that seems to be very common with all of this stuff. There's a lot of collage and decoupage and reuse of existing images.
And which is like this. This was a cereal box. Cool. You don't have to invest too much in that.
Yeah.
And you can, if you really want to, instead of making these white pages, you can use some other junk mail or something. There's actually junk journals. I found out that's something also, which are actually journals made out of different kinds of paper and envelopes and things. So you don't even have to buy anything. You can just totally
make it your theme.
Use what's in your house, because what's going to happen is people are going to decorate over this. And I found out that they're not necessarily, because this goes passed from person to person through the mail, it's going to take a little wear and tear. So what people do is they design something and then they glue it on. My favorite glue nowadays. This is a glue stick. And this happens to be a Scotch Create glue stick by 3M. I love this.
Not an official sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but if you guys want to send me some, I'm not going to complain.
Oh yeah, well, I will do.
Anyway, what you do is you just put the glue on there, and then you take your design and put it on top. So by the end, this gets thicker, but it's it's neater that way. So anyway, so that's how you get the design on the cover. Now the washi tape. This stuff, this is an example of the tape here. You can actually see, comes off really easily. Look at this. Do this a million times, And then that's what happens over time. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
See how it's woo? So that's annoying to me.
It would be annoying to me too, because I'm one of those people that are into the durability.
Yeah, and if it's not durable, it drives me nuts.
But then on the other hand, I was pointing out that if you take this route,
right,
where it's just loosely tied together with a ribbon, there is an advantage to it, which is if somebody gets your book and totally messes up their page, they can disassemble it and put a new page in.
Yeah, but you probably don't want to do that.
Hopefully not. But it's a justification for making a loosely bound
so
book.
You're probably wondering, why is this washi tape all messed up, and how is this washi tape all straight and flat?
How?
I'm glad you asked. There's this really cool tape. It's double-sided tape, and I got this tip off of one of the. I watched a ton of videos, and I'm doing this video because I didn't find a good deco-book video. Maybe there's some video out there on YouTube, but I didn't see one that shows step by step like how to do this.
Well, if you can't find it, then it's not prominent enough to be useful.
Yeah, and it was driving me crazy because I said, I don't know how to make these. And my friend was like, you know what? I'm going to send you a deco and you're going to see what it is. And as soon as I got it in my hands, I'm like, I understand all this now.
Well, and I'm glad it was a good deco instead of the ribbon deco.
It was a really well put together deco. But anyway, this tape, what I do, and you can see on here, there's this little area here. I basically take the tape and put it here, the double-sided tape, so that it sticks to the cardboard, and then I take the little protector off, and then I put this on. So the reason you're seeing this is because it doesn't have double-sided tape like this. This is on there. It's on pretty well.
So essentially you're taking the washi tape, which is repositionable, and turning it into permanent tape.
Like a stickier tape, yeah. And I really like this. This happens to be, this is the 1/4 inch one, but I probably want to go back and get some 1/8 and 1/2 inch at some point.
Yeah, and the washi tape, one of the reasons it's so popular, besides the restickability.
It's fun.
Yeah, there's like a million different.
Look at this one has owls. This one has feathers. This one I like because this looks like tree bark. I want to go back and get some more of that one.
There's like a million designs.
Yes, and a little thing here too. When I was saying we get the books and stuff, we do a lot of thrift store shopping. So I even I don't have it here, but I actually found washi tape for 50 cents at the thrift store the other day, and it's like, wow. So that was cool. But these books that I'm pulling these images from, they're thrift store books, and a lot of times they're just books that have their bindings messed up. They're going to get thrown away anyway, So, give them a little bit extra.
And putting all that random content into the mix can really spark creativity.
Right. Yeah, and stuff, I mean, like this, and I don't have the one here, but I actually put flowers in his hands for one of my decoration pages because it said he had a green thumb. So yeah, you just get all kinds of weird creative, things. I had this over here. This is ribbon. I don't know if this is. Yeah, it's ribbon. I'm just not a big fan of. I know it's pretty, but I'm just not a big fan of this. I like the book thing because it just seems like it'll last longer. So, but anyway, that is the introduction to deco books and what they are and how they're put together. And I don't know, maybe if you want to see something else, or I don't know if I'd actually go through making one of these because it's.
You mean making it all on a video?
Yeah, because it takes a while, but it's I mean.
And I run into that with tutorial stuff too, because not everybody wants to sit there for 20 minutes and watch you assemble stuff while you try to banter and cover up that you're just assembling.
I mean, I could, but I'll probably end up talking about chickens for an hour.
Yeah, we really need to get an editing program so we can just do a tiny segment of each little step.
Yeah. Because you'd probably get bored watching me stitch. On the other hand, if you want to hear me talk about chickens and stitch.
I could see where people would like that.
So anyway, this is the basic video. And if you want to see anything else, just let me know. You can contact me through YouTube. I'm on Facebook at Keri and the Flock. So that's it for tonight. I'm going to sleep.